Welcome into episode number 147 of The Voice Behind the Voice. I'm Sean Aronson, the TV and radio broadcaster for the St. Paul Saints, an independent minor league baseball team in the Twin Cities. Not a whole lot going on right now, to be very honest with you. I just finished up the basketball season. Probably heard me talk about it before, but broadcast for a Division III school out here in St. Paul at Hamline University. Their men's and women's basketball team wrapped up on Saturday. So finished that up on whatever that was, the 16th of February. And now I've got nothing. This is it. I am off in terms of the broadcasting side for 3 months. You know, the good thing about doing the football and basketball in the off season is it just keeps you in rhythm. It keeps you fresh. It keeps you, with the voice in good shape and everything that you need for the baseball season. But it is nice to get a little bit of downtime now. And I fully admit this. I admit this to everybody. When I talk to these broadcasters after the tape is stopped, or the recorder, I should say. No one uses tape anymore. But after the recorder is stopped, they always ask me, do you do anything else besides baseball? And I'll tell them I do football and basketball for a Division III school. And my next line is, I'm garbage at football and I'm adequate at basketball. I'm never going to go anywhere with either of those two sports. But again, it's fun. There's a connection between us and Hamline University, and I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years now. So it's good to just keep in rhythm with all that stuff. But now, and probably in about a week or two, I'll really start to focus in on our season. We're almost to that point now. Usually I tell people the beginning of March, I start working on the program. Signings start to become a lot more prevalent, whether they be guys that played for us last year or guys that were not invited into camps at all for major league organizations. And then at the end of March, we'll start to see a lot of signings for us, guys that wind up getting released by affiliated organizations. We actually just signed our fourth player of the year today, and 3 of the guys we have played for us last year. So we have a long way to go, but those signings start to become a lot more prevalent. And on top of that, my phone starts to blow up a lot more because our manager will start to call me and ask me certain questions, whether it be about signing player X, Y, or Z, or just what I think about someone. Not that I think he takes what I have to say and then turns around and utilizes it as gospel, but I think he just likes to bounce things off of other people. And he and I have worked together now for 12 years, and so when you have that relationship, he entrusts in me. And a number of conversations he and I have had over our 12 years, I would never divulge to anyone. A lot of that stuff, I keep pretty private, and that's the type of relationship I have. And you hope that you never break that trust, with a man at the top. And I've said this to our ownership group before too. I said, I'd rather lose with our manager than win with someone I don't like. Now, I hope to win with our manager, but it's the respect that I have for our manager, George Samus, that I'd rather lose with him than win with someone that I don't like. So with all that said, let's get to a man that I did enjoy. Episode number 147, John Ahlers of the Anaheim Ducks. Great guy, trying to help me in a couple of other directions right now. Asked him for help in lining up a potential guest, and he was very, very helpful in getting me some contact information. So, we'll see if that comes to fruition. But super nice guy. Met over at the hotel that the team plays at, and he's got a great story when he was in the minor leagues about living up on top of a billboard or a scissor lift for about a week's time to help the team sell season tickets. This is just a typical minor league stunt that happens, and he talks about that along with his journey to getting to the NHL, which did not start with Anaheim, actually started in Tampa Bay. If you've not subscribed to the podcast, you can do so on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. Again, be sure to rate it. The ratings continue to grow in terms of the number of people that are rating this podcast. So please rate it or tell your friends to rate it. If you have not following us on social media, you can do so in a number of different ways. Twitter, @TheVoiceBTV. Facebook, facebook.com/TheVoiceBTV. And you can always email me, thevoicebtv@gmail.com. All right, let's get to it. Episode number 147 with John Ahlers of the Anaheim Ducks. JW, roll the open.
There was a billboard overlooking I-65 that was on the edge of the fairgrounds property where we played our games at Broadbent Arena on the Kentucky State Fairgrounds. And he had concocted the idea that we'll do this. And he said, would you do it? And I was like, again, single and an idiot. And I was like, all right. And so the fairgrounds, I think it was whomever actually owned the billboard wouldn't allow us to stay on that little platform that's along the front. They wouldn't, for whether it was insurance purposes or what have you, security reasons, they wouldn't allow it.